The dinosaur that pooped Christmas!
Fat Cat Books.
The Dinosaur That Pooped Christmas by Tom Fletcher and Dougie Pointer. Illustrated by Gary Parsons. Read aloud by Teacher Mike. From high in the sky, Santa looked down below to the houses all cozy and covered in snow.
Ho, 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 ho! Merry Christmas!
Where snoozers were snoring, tucked up in their beds, whilst dreaming the most festive dreams in their heads. Santa had a huge sack of presents on the back of his sleigh. He needed everyone to be asleep so he could deliver all the presents before Christmas morning. But one boy called Danny, a greedy young chap, the greediest chap on the planet, in fact, was lying awake on his mountain of toys, which stood even taller than most girls and boys. He also had a huge stocking at the end of his bed for all the new toys he wanted this year on his list. Danny's list of presents was so long, it went down his bed and to his toys below. What toys did Danny have? There was a funny-looking penguin, a robot at the back, a tricycle, that's a bike with 3 wheels, a huge teddy bear where Danny's pet cat slept on its lap. There was also a big car, a rocket, a castle, and Danny had lots of dinosaurs. Roar, roar! He had dinosaurs on his bed and dinosaurs above his head. He even drew a picture of a dinosaur, which was up on the wall. But that wasn't enough. Danny still wanted more. He wanted much more than his toy box could store. The list was so long, Santa was having trouble flying his reindeer. He did not look happy with how much Danny was asking for Christmas. If everyone had such a big list, Santa would never be able to deliver all the presents. So, Big Santy C said,
I'll leave him a present, but this year his present might just be unpleasant.
Santa thinks Danny needed to learn how to not be greedy. Danny heard such a clatter. His heart skipped a thump. Danny turned on his torch and looked up at the ceiling. Something shook his ceiling, and his rocket-shaped lampshade swung back and forth. Who is up there? 'Twas the clopping of hooves going clippity-clop. Hooves are the feet of reindeer, so that means Santa must be on the roof with his reindeer.
Ho, 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 ho!
Danny was so excited. He bounced out of his bed and threw on some clothes. Danny wanted to see Santa. He put on his red and blue jumper, some green trousers, and a pair of orange socks, and crept down the stairs on his tippy toes. His cat was also curious and followed him down the stairs. Meow. What is down there? Danny and his cat were very shocked to see there, under the tree, were gifts big and small, and a gymongous egg placed in front of them all. An egg? Danny said. Santa brought me an egg. This didn't look like a chicken egg that Danny sometimes had for breakfast. It was very big, long, orange, and covered in spots. It looked more like a big sausage. Crack! Something was hatching out of the egg. Danny and his cat were very scared. They jumped back against the wall, and a huge shadow loomed over them. Then, out with a crack, popped a dinosaur's head. It wasted no time on that cold Christmas morning and started to eat everything without warning. The dinosaur ate the Christmas tree along with all the decorations, such as the baubles, the tinsel, and the colourful fairy lights. It swallowed the stockings and the Christmas cards too, the red fairy lights, then the green and the blue. There wasn't a single thing Danny could do except sit and watch as the dinosaur chewed. Santa had not left. He was still trying to squeeze his big bum back up the chimney. Santa's bum looked very tasty to the dinosaur, and so it chewed and it munched and it crunched on Kris Kringle, the reindeer, the sleigh bells, and all the things that jingle. Dino ate Santa, apart from his 2 red boots and his red hat. Kris Kringle is one of Santa's nicknames. People sometimes call him this, but now they will have to call him Crisp Pringle, because he was eaten with a crunch, like a Pringle. But it didn't stop there. There were more things to gobble, much more than the small shiny baubles that bobble. The dinosaur had eaten so much it needed to clean its teeth. It used a string of tinsel to clean out the bits of Santa, as well as some of the baubles between its teeth. The dinosaur was still hungry and entered the kitchen. It ate up the cat, the dog, and the fish, and from the dishwasher it downed every dish. The tables, the chairs, the walls, and the doors. Now nothing was safe, not even the floors. Now, reader, beware. The next part is scary, and if you read on, you may need new underweary. Oh no!
Oh, gross.
Danny's poor granny was knitting some socks. She had finished one sock as she drank a cup of tea. But the dino had no need for socks. It had lots. It had already eaten the stockings and Santa, who was wearing 2 socks. The dinosaur thought she looked tasty, so it slurped up her knitting like strings of spaghetti and gobbled up Granny along with the settee. The settee is another name for a sofa. Danny was horrified as he watched the dino eat his granny. It even flicked its fingers, like a chef enjoying his cooking.
That's a good spaghetti.
Then it ate Danny's mum. She was gone in one bite. It looks like Danny's mum was having a bath before her bedtime. Danny's dad was already in his pyjamas when he ran out of his bedroom with a broom. He tried to stop the dinosaur, and although Danny's dad tried to put up a fight, the dino had grown to the size of King Kong. King Kong is a very famous giant gorilla with a gulp and a burp. Danny's father was gone. Now, nothing was left. All Danny could see was a fat dinosaur where his home used to be. Danny's dino was a very greedy chap. The greediest dino on the planet, in fact. The dinosaur ate the whole house and everything in it. And so, with the thought of no Christmas this year, his tears turned to snowflakes and then disappeared. Dino's greed ruined Christmas, which made Danny feel sad, but also guilty. He wished he had asked Santa for just 1 or 2 small presents, not a whole big list. With the feeling of guilt in the dinosaur's gut, its brain brewed a plan involving its butt. It knew there was only one thing it could do. To put Christmas right, it needed to poo! Danny did not have a clue how it would help to go to the loo. The big dino turned his bum. It pooped out the turkey, the toys and the telly. And even the tinsel was now brown and... ugh, smelly. It pooped all the presents and pieces of puzzles. It pooped all the things it had previously guzzled. And then Father Christmas yelled, "Out of my way!" as he flew from the dinosaur's bum on his sleigh. And don't worry, Danny's pets were also okay. His cat flew out right in the frying pan. Meow! And his pet fish washed out in a bowl of amazingly clean water. The dinosaur finally gave a huge push and pooped Danny's parents in one big massive whoosh. Whoosh! Danny's dad was riding the waves of poop on an ironing board, like it was a surfboard. And his mum was riding the fridge. She was rowing it with 2 ends of the broken broom. The smell was so horrible that Danny had to hold his nose. Oh, it's so smelly, Dino! Oh. Last, but not least, and never forgotten, Granny plopped out of the dinosaur's bottom. Hello! Granny didn't seem to notice that the dinosaur ate her.
Oh good, the power is back on.
She even finished knitting a set of socks for Danny. Merry Christmas, said Danny to his whole family as they washed off the presents and put up the tree. Danny had learnt his lesson, and the greedy young chap that you saw just before promised next Christmas he'd not ask for more. Danny thought less about what he wanted and more about what he had. He helped his mum and dad put up the Christmas tree and cleaned up all the poop. Danny's granny welcomed Dino to the family by knitting it a pair of gymongous socks. And the dinosaur promised he'd not eat a crumb. As you would if Christmas came out of your bum. Danny helped Dino learn about toilet paper to help Dino keep the house clean for next time.
Merry Poopmas! Ho, 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 ho.
Make sure your child is reading and spelling accurately with the Fat Cat Phonics program. Make learning phonics easy and fun with the virtual teacher, which allows your child to learn along with me. Ant. Complete various exercises. Ant. And read unique stories written by myself, Ant and Fat Cat. An ant is in ink. They're designed to be easily read in the early stages of their reading and will build up your child's confidence. Also, make the end of the lesson revision fun with one of the phonics games. Ant. Download some free lessons now at fatcatbooks.uk. You can play this game too. Just head to fatcatbooks.uk and download the free game. There's also a paid for version which has more characters and also more levels, so you can learn how to spell. Like how to spell elves.